Cold approach is one of the best ways to increase your charisma, improve your communication skills, and really take your dating life into your own hands. But I see a lot of talk and comments online about looks. Step 1, be handsome, and this only works for handsome guys and hot guys and so on. So today I want to visually break down a huge question I get all the time. Alex, do looks actually matter? We'll talk about it. So in this video, we will answer this question in a nuanced way. We'll also break down attraction into 5 elements. And I want to give you a clear instruction on exactly what you have to focus next on to increase your so-called seduction score. Okay? My name, by the way, is Alex Leon. I've helped thousands of introverted analytical guys attract high quality women on the street through cold approach mainly. And I did that over the last decade. And yes, many of these men below average good looking. It's the kind of guy who gets nothing on dating apps. So I do know a thing or two on how looks relate to actual dating results. I've researched what actually creates real lasting attraction, and often it's quite counterintuitive. In this video, I'm going to break down the exact statistics based on my years of real life research and coaching experience. I'll explain what you actually need to do to attract more desirable women into your life. And at the end, I'll show you the exact framework we use on our elite consultation calls to help guys identify their specific weak points. Part 1, the looks question. Many of you guys keep thinking, Alex, don't I need to be better looking to approach women? Don't I need to be taller or, do something with my jawline? Listen, I get it. Society tells us looks are everything. Dating apps make it seem like only the top 5% of good-looking men get all the attention. But here's the reality. Based on my and my team's combined coaching experience, we developed the 5 elements principle. It's basically a map to navigate what to focus on as a man to get higher quality women into your life. So put simply, the higher your score on the 5 elements test, the hotter women you can attract into your life. So how can you use this score? Basically, depending on how many points you reach out of 100, if you add everything up, that's the level of woman you can attract into your life. So if your total score, let's say, is 66, then it should be easy for you to attract, a 6.6 out of 10 into your life, but you're struggling getting 7s, 8s, 9s. If your score is 80 out of 100, it's easy for you to bring 8s into your life, but you're struggling with 9s and 10s, etc. So it's just a really good guideline for you to logically explain, okay, why am I struggling with getting hotter girls into my life? Why is every girl who is attracted to me a 6, and as soon as I go for an 8, she's flaking, running away, never responding, and there's just no vibe? This explains it. So here we got your attraction score split up over 5 different metrics. As we can see, 80% of your attraction comes just from 2 things. And looks only account for 18% of the total attraction, right? So those are those 2. It's not nothing, but it's far from the majority. So let's break down these 18% even further. About 10% of that is how you dress. Why? Because your style is an instant indicator of your tribal association, what archetype you present, so to say, and what kind of lifestyle she can imagine being a part of if she starts dating you. The other 8%, as we can see here, that's your fitness. And honestly, as long as you're not overweight, it's not gonna make a huge impact either, right? You can create a fit visual effect with good clothing. Of course, if you wanna date model type 10 out of 10 girls, your fitness should be on point as well. But I'll tell you right now, the guys who obsess over looks maxing are usually just using it as an excuse to avoid facing their deeper insecurities. So as we said, looks are 18%. You probably realize what's the other 2% over here that make up the 20% if this is 80%. Well, it is money. Part 2, money. Why is money only 2% of the equation? Surely rich guys can get girls, right? Yes and no. As I'm going to reveal in a moment, a significant part of your attractiveness score comes from your lifestyle, a full 30% to be exact. So being rich allows you to buy that lifestyle. The key here is not being rich. The key is knowing how to use your wealth, right? Using those 2%, if you have a lot of it, to put yourself into the right environment. But guess what? It doesn't buy you charisma, and charisma is key. I've been to countless VIP parties where a guy has, a net worth above 10 million or even more, and the girl is more interested in the waiter. I've coached CEOs of huge companies, guys with sports car collections, and men with 100 million plus net worth, and they struggle with the same stuff as you do. Why? Because most women are not gold diggers. They care more about how you make them feel. There are plenty of finance bros in New York spending thousands in the club, showing off and going home alone. And there are plenty of skateboard driving barista boys who make less than, a tenth of what these guys make, and they're fucking all the models. I'm sorry to break it to you, but if you were hoping to get rich and think women, would just magically appear, it doesn't work like that. Trust me, I've seen it firsthand over and over again. So with those out of the way, before we move on to the 80% that really matter, quick announcement. This May 2025, I'm going to give a 90-minute lecture on how to approach a girl and get her into your bedroom. Basically explaining each step of the seduction process. This will be a game changer for many of you because my previous content and online workshops, they mainly focused on the first stages of an approach, right? Many of you asked in the comments, okay, but how do I get her on a date? How do I, get her to respond to my text? How do I get her home from the date? So I've heard your prayers and I'm gonna answer all of these questions and much more. And in the end, I'll be there personally answering any questions you might have for clarification. As always, these online workshops are limited to 100 attendees. Register here now to secure a spot, but please only if you actually want to change your life, okay? If you're here just for entertainment, please just continue watching the YouTube channel and don't take away a spot from somebody who actually needs practical advice and wants to commit to making a change. So let's move on. Part 3, lifestyle. So 30% of your score comes from your lifestyle. What does that actually mean? How can you analyze your score out of 30, right? To give clarity, I've created this simple graph that we use with private coaching clients in my social transformation online mentoring program. It's slightly crude, but I think it definitely does the job. Okay, so imagine the 30 points. And as we can see here, 1 out of 30 just means you're still living with your parents. 5 points means you live alone, but you have no friends. You spend many hours in front of the computer. Many guys working from home fall into this lifestyle without even realizing. 10 means you have regular social contact, usually through work, but it's still mostly men in your circle. Beers after work, maybe some sports club, but you're not spending much time face-to-face speaking to women. If you studied engineering or programming like I've had, you probably experienced this all the way since university. Your career has created a lifestyle where you spend less than 2 hours a week interacting with women face to face. So how the fuck are you supposed to get good at talking to women if you never practice? Okay? Obviously, cold approach is the answer to that, but we can talk about that later. 13 points means you're on the right track. You're in a social circle and have regular contact with female friends. You have conversations directly with women and you're starting kind of like understanding their essence, right? 15 means you've started to become a leader in your social group. And you're the one who creates the WhatsApp group chat, invites everyone to get drinks, brings people together, really takes initiative. Women are attracted to leaders and they see you as a high value person within that group. Now, 20 starts getting interesting, means you've chosen a subculture that has more women than men. You're not playing golf, instead you're doing yoga, for example. You're not going to a football match, instead you're going to a salsa class. And more importantly, in that subculture, you are a leader. So here's a 2-to-1 ratio of women to men at these events. 25 means you're organizing events with a high concentration of beautiful women, and they're so well made that people pay money to go there. I'm talking about exclusive nightclubs, modeling industry stuff, other type of events, organized photo shoots, or what I did is combining many of these factors into what I call the Tilted brand, which I started 6 years ago. And 30 means you're basically a celebrity, right? You're around beautiful women constantly who are chasing you because of your fame status. So you can assess your own score right now. Part 4, charisma. Let's go to the final 50%, okay? Which is the most important, obviously, your charisma. And it's a difficult word to define, so I've broken it down again into 5 subsections, each worth about 10%. So you can follow along and give yourself a 0 to 10 score within these 5 elements. First one is social freedom. Basically, how inhibited are you by the fear of judgment of others? Can you say hi to a complete stranger without feeling that cringe in your stomach? Can you do something slightly embarrassing without it ruining your day? Whoops. Secondly, approaching. Can you approach between 5 to 20 women per week consistently? Can you walk up to a woman who's a complete stranger, interrupt what she's doing, and confidently give her a direct compliment, looking into her eyes? Third, conversation. Are you constantly smiling, nodding, interrupting? You probably think you're not, but most analytical introverts, they do this, especially if they work in a corporate environment. Can you hold pressure on a beautiful woman, maintain eye contact, and sit in silence? Can you create emotions through storytelling rather than just exchanging information and keeping it on a small talk level? Fourth, romance. Can you physically escalate? Do you know how to smoothly lead towards a kiss? Do you know how to touch her in a way that makes her feel excited? Can you speak in a slow, relaxed, romantic voice? Or do you get nervous and talk too much and fast when attraction is kind of building up? Finally, sex. Have you practiced Tantra? Do you know how to last longer in bed? Can you give her a massage that relaxes her? Do you know how to make her orgasm? These are learnable skills that most men never even bother to develop. So this is what makes up the 50%. So look, if you've been obsessing over your height, your jawline, or your bank account, you're focusing on the wrong things. Sure, stack dollar bills, right? Get a six-pack, but do that stuff for you. Don't expect your dating life to magically change from it. The real factors that determine your success with women are your lifestyle and your charisma, which makes up 80% of your attraction score. And the beautiful thing is you can start working and improving these factors today. If you want to get on a strategy call to analyze this with me personally, click the link below right now and we can go through each of these points to figure out your score and create a personalized roadmap to improve it. If you want to do your first approach tomorrow, here is a video that explains the first steps you have to do your first approach in detail. And other than that, thanks for watching. If you want me to go more in depth into any of these topics, because it's been a broad view on your entire seduction score, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you soon.